Greetings fellow Poltermasters, I am CrashTheSkylands, and it's once again time to CrashTheSkylands with this very special Saturday video. Now, as you can clearly see by the title, the next lock is on its way. The Dragonlocke has ended, and man oh man, I gotta say, you guys blew me away with the support for it. Which obviously means there's gonna be you're gonna have yourselves a new series coming up very soon. And that series is this Thursday. Now, I could have easily went towards the Giants or jumped to the SWAT Force, but I decided it's been almost a year since the last game came out. And that was the game that projected my channel to where it is today. Which, you guys were amazing for that, which I thank you guys a million times for that. So I decided, why not venture back into it, since we're all ready to go with it, and jump in with the Imaginators. Now, the Imaginators were an amazing thing that were added to the new game. I mean, the whole game is about creating your own character. Now, I have created a handful of characters in that game since it came out. A ton of them. You've seen 4 of them on the playthrough. Me and Bex created one and all that. Now, I decided to take the 10 that I've created that I've made from the true loving nature of my heart and go from there and put them into a game. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to the Imaginators in the Imaginelocke.
This looks like a job for my sarcasm.
First is our Earth Element representative, Boulder Badger of the Brawler class. Boulder is the leader of the Melees tribe, which has over 1,000 different kinds of Earth Badgers. After hearing what Skylands is going through, Boulder feared that the darkness would eventually make its way towards his friends and family. He heard a calling from Master Ian himself and decided to take it upon himself to stop the darkness before it reached his tribe. Boulder Badger believes you don't need any weapons to defeat evil, which he lets his fists do all the talking for him.
Time for heroism!
Next up is our Tech Element representative, Woody of the Quickshot class. After Andy left to go to college, Woody knew that defending him was over and a new adventure awaited. One night, while taking a night walk, he walked by Al's toy barn and saw the Skylanders talking. He went in, and after a long chat, he realized his new destiny was to help the Skylanders defend Skylands. After meeting with Eon, it was decided that Woody would take on the Quickshot class and help Skylands defeat the darkness.
I will avenge my wrath.
Next up is our Water Elemental representative, King Coral of the Sentinel class. King Coral is the son of Vidrum, the king of the Atoll tribe. After his father became ill, Coral didn't want to become the king of the tribe, as he was still young and felt that he would fail. He ran away from home for 3 years. One day, a former resident of Atoll found him and told him that the darkness had taken over. Armed with his father's trident, he set off to Atoll to defeat the darkness, which he did single-handedly. Master Ian heard of this and sent word to Coral to join the Skylanders. King Coral accepted, and the rest became history.
I summon glory!
Next up is our Life Element representative, Potted Chant of the Sorcerer class. Created by a wizard who shall not be named, Potted Chant was made for evil, but a part of him knew what he was doing was wrong. After betraying his master, Potted Chant used his own magic to get away from his crater and ended up in Skylands. Trying to prove he was born a good guy, Master Ian gave him the chance to prove himself as he helped the villains and other Imaginators rearrange the books in the Academy's library. After 2 years, he emerged satisfied with his choice and is now a very powerful Skylander. Next up is our Air Elemental representative, Chime of the Smasher class. Chime grew up in the windy city of Chicago. He grew up around a life of crime, meaning he never knew right from wrong. One night while out seeking his next hit, he noticed a light shining in a toy shop. He saw a figure talking to another figure on the screen. The figure was then teleported away, to which Chime broke in and was also teleported away. He ended up in Skylands, to which he met Master Eon. After learning of his past, Eon gave him a second chance by sending him with the other villains to rearrange the Academy library. After 2 years, he emerged with powers he never knew he had. Using what he has known all of his life, he now defends Skylands using this second chance.
Haunted by the boom!
Next up is our Undead element representative, Skelebro of the Bazooker class. Skelebro has always had a fascination with explosions, which brought him to his unfortunate demise. Luckily for Skylands, there is life after death as Skelebro came back to life with the one thing he loved, explosions. As for Master Eon's request, Skelebro is using his Bone Zooker for good, defending Skylands from the darkness, while also having a little fun along the way. Next up is our Fire Element representative, Sabretooth of the Night class. Considered the runt of his pack, Sabretooth has never been the strongest. No matter how hard he is trained and trained, he could never get as strong as the others in his pack. However, he did realize he didn't need muscle or strength to swing a sword. Sabretooth trained every day and night to master a sword. One night while training by firelight, he lit the sword on fire to see it better, and the rest is history. Sabretooth has ventured into Skylands to prove you don't need to be strong to be a hero.
Be afraid of
my barbarian magnetism!
Next up is our Light Element representative, Sneakershot of the Bowslinger class. Sneakershot has always taken light of a situation, making him well liked around his friend group. Sneakershot knew that his carefree antics wouldn't fare well where he is from, so on his adventures he wandered into Skylands. Warming up to everyone instantly, he decided to make Skylands his home and defend everyone from the negativity of the darkness. A walking pun, Sneakershot is ready to make the darkness die with laughter. Next up is our Magic Elemental representative, Seesaw of the Ninja class. You know that Eyebrow and Diveclops are brothers, but did you know they have a third? Seesaw is the lesser known of the brothers because they think he isn't worthy of being a Skylander. Seesaw wanted to prove them wrong by training in the family barn, using the only thing he could find, saw blades. After training for months, he was ready to show his brothers that he was a willing Skylander. When they came home that day, he was surprised to learn that they brought Master Eon along with them. As he showed his brothers what he can do, Eon was amazed and placed him in the Skylander Academy to hone his skills. Today, he is one of the fastest and most respected members of Skylands, and his brothers could not be more proud. The final member is our Dark Element representative, Celio Oscuro of the Swashbuckler class. Celio Oscuro was one of the toughest Mexican luchadors in his time. Hated by many, he was the longest reigning champion until a wrongly placed move made him lose function of his legs. One night he prayed to the gods that he could once again be great. Master Eon heard this call and summoned him to the Skylands. After discussing what Eon expected of him, he gave him his walking ability back, just not the same way he expected. He then was sent to rearrange the Academy library along with the villains, and once he was done, he realized who he truly was, a hero. He brings his own kind of lariat to the Skylands and is excited to see where his new journey leads him. So those 10 Skylander Imaginators are going to be in the Imaginelocke, so hopefully by the end of the series all 10 of them will still be in that series. This Thursday is the debut of that episode. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too, because this is a big thing in my opinion. This is a huge new series coming to the channel here now, which is going to open up even more doors for more series coming onto the channel. So if you guys enjoyed this backstory type thing, hopefully you guys are invested in the Skylanders, or the Imaginators, just like I am, so it's going to be even more sad if they were to be defeated. But hey, I'm pretty good at the game, so I think we're going to be okay. But I'm not going to leave you guys any longer. Come back Thursday for the debut episode of the Skylanders Imaginators Imaginelocke. But as always, I bid you farewell.